one of the rules of the game. I had a client today and I learned something new, and I want to mention it before I forget it. This client calls me and asking her higher self, how or why do I keep sabotaging myself regarding money? Just as I think I'm doing okay, I am sabotaging myself again. I lose some money, or the money is not in the bank, or I did not get paid fast enough, and I find myself always focusing on money. And I don't want to do this. I want to focus on other things. This client happens to be a healer, so she wants to focus on these so-called metaphysical or spiritual things. And her higher self says, you need to first accept the rules of Earth. Survival is one of the rules of Earth. And you are not accepting it. And because you are not accepting it, it is giving you a difficult time. You keep saying, I don't care about money. I want to focus on my growth. I don't care about money. I just want to be a healer. I don't care about money. I only care about spiritual things. First of all, there is nothing unspiritual about money, but that's another video. Let's go back to the client. And then the client understood that she needed to accept the fact that she also needs to focus on making money. She also needs to focus on her survival and not think that money is not spiritual, therefore she should not be thinking about it. And because she was not accepting this is why money was always giving her a difficult time. So, for those of us who keep saying, I just want to focus on my spirituality or on my soul growth, it will help us to also focus on the earth rules. And survival is one of the earth rules. And that way we can think of money but not be tormented by it. Because when we try to avoid it, because we think it is not spiritual, then we keep thinking about it. I remember one of the meditations I get often when a client is worried about money. The soul shows me to call the energy of money and to say two things to this energy. I am speeding things up a little bit here. It's done a little slower than what I'm going to say it, but I'm going to say it a bit faster. One of the things we say to this energy of money, because money is an energy, it is a soul. One of the things we say is, I want us to become lovers. And then you stay in this feeling for a while and notice how this energy of money makes you feel now that you have said this. And after this, you say to this energy, I want you to be the first thing in my life. And again, you just sit there quietly and notice how your body feels. How does this energy make you feel now that you have said this to it? Now, 99.9% of humans on earth will say, no, money is not the first thing in my life. I want my children to be the first thing in my life. Or I want my health to be the first thing in my life. Or I want my wife, my husband, to be the first thing in my life. But you know what happens? When money becomes the first thing in your life, you never have to think about it again. As for when money is not the first thing in your life, then it becomes the first thing you think about when you wake up in the morning, and the last thing you think about when you go to bed at night. And then you try to convince yourself that money is not the first thing in your life. So in order for you not to have to think about it all the time, you will have to make it the first thing in your life. In the world we have created, money has a lot to do with survival. And survival is what nature here on Earth is based on. It might not be like that on every planet. Actually, we know that it is not like that on most other planets. But on our planet, it is all about survival. This is what Earth wanted to experience. This is what Earth wanted to be a platform for survival. And it would help us if we stop saying phrases like, I don't care about money, I only care about this. Because money is real. It hears you. So when you say, I don't care about it, it will answer back with, oh, really? Okay, I'll go somewhere else then. Just imagine that. Imagine money leaving you and going somewhere else. And then you will be complaining for the rest of your life. Why? Because you don't care about money. Because you are not comfortable with it. Because you think money is not spiritual. It's okay. It's never too late. Simply start changing your thoughts now. Americans have this phrase. Americans have a lot of tacky phrases, but you know what? It works for them. Americans have this phrase, I love money and money loves me. Start saying this and becoming comfortable with it. And then money will not be the first thing you think about when you open your eyes in the morning. Then you will have enough money to do the other things you would like to do. As always, lessons come first. We are in a university here on Earth. So if there's any particular lessons that your soul wants to learn, and not having money will assist you in learning these lessons, this does come first. So we're talking to the people who at this stage of their life might not have any particular lessons they need to learn without money. Become comfortable with money and say to money, I want you to be the first thing in my life. I will leave it at this.